coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are John Bond. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah.
YouTube, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. As always, I just want to thank you for supporting the channel as we get closer and closer to that 5,000 sub mark. So if you like what you see here, be sure to click on that subscribe button and help me out. In return, I'll try to keep adding videos that mean something without the silver and gold pumping. No charge, I promise. And you already know that you're a part of the best damn community here on YouTube, without a doubt. And today's topic is likely going to elicit some strong responses. And I'm prepared for that, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so you guys know I do go through the comments left from my videos, and I'm pretty active within the community with watching other folks' videos and their comment sections. And I see a trend in just about every section I visit from the same group of, let's call them negative Nellies. And that's this: precious metals are for suckers. First off, I have to ask the obvious question to these folks. Why the hell are you here on YouTube trolling precious metal videos if they suck? Why? Just to be there to do what you got to do? You see these folks on almost all the channels, from Dragons, Yankees, Salivate on down. And some people just love to project their misery and matter-of-factness on the rest of us. It's really not necessary. What you have to remember is that a large percentage of stackers understand the reasons they're buying silver and gold. And the snide comments about how precious metals suck isn't really going to have any effect on them, so it's almost pointless. So for me personally, whenever I see one of those comments on my channel, I'll ask them to justify it instead of just leaving the one-line response crap. They certainly have the right to voice their opinion, and I'm cool with that. But why not offer up some succinct info to support your comment? Look, different opinions are always welcome, always. And I have never deleted a single comment from my channel, good or bad, since I feel strongly about freedom of speech and, being able to speak your mind. But take a second to justify what you're saying. And you know what? You're going to think I'm crazy, but there is some truth to what they're saying. Seriously. And I'm getting ready to tell you why.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love to hear this.
So would I.
So Forbes came out with an article on their thoughts for the best investments in 2024, and the two more prominent ones they listed were stocks. Some of 2023's biggest winners were Apple, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, just to name a few. Now, I hold a couple of those, and I can personally vouch for their climb. Like when Amazon split their shares, I got in at just under $100 a share, and they're currently trading at $180 a share right now. You just have to keep an eye on stocks since the markets can turn volatile in a relatively short time. And don't forget about quality dividend stocks. Those can be solid sources of income as well. And next up, we have bonds. Analysts are now calling for U.S. bonds to return a nominal annualized 4.8% to 5.8% over the next decade. And that's compared to their original prediction of 1.5% to 2.5%. That's a pretty healthy increase. And NerdWallet issued their top 11 investments as well, listing them as high-yield savings accounts, CDs, bonds, money market funds, mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, stocks, cryptocurrency, and real estate as some of the stronger investments you can get into here in 2024. Now, just like anything else, I am not endorsing any of these from Forbes and NerdWallet. Each of us plays the game differently, and we're on our own to do our own due diligence. I'm just giving you guys what other entities are tabbing as strong investments. So why exactly did I bring up the various types of investments that financial advisors consider solid, and what ground do the negative Nellies have to stand on? Well, I'm going to answer that with another question. Did you see any precious metals in those lists? Nope. That's because analysts don't consider silver, gold, and other metals as proper quote-unquote investments per se, especially silver with the price volatility. They especially don't like that one. Gold is more favorable in that it's where investors flock to when the markets are down. Silver, not so much. While silver does inherently go up with gold, that hasn't always been the case. Its value is more predicated on its industry use. So if industry shuts down or experiences a downturn, i.e. COVID, silver price can drop as a result. Gold doesn't rely on industry, and it's geared more toward being a monetary haven. And as we all know well, the negative Nellies are quick to point these facts out, which unfortunately makes them right in a sense, in that precious metals aren't the best investment to put your money into. Now, that's their opinion. They're entitled to it. But do they truly understand the reasons stackers are stacking? I'm not too sure they do, and I'll tell you why. So let's face a bit of reality. Folks who think metals are a weak investment are actually correct to an extent. Metals aren't the best investments out there. We just talked about that. All those investments we went over have a lot more potential for healthy returns that metals just can't guarantee. So let's give the negative Nellies their due and agree to disagree with their statements. Let's also qualify why stackers stack. And while there are myriad reasons, I think it's safe to say there's one common reason we do this. We're basically trading in a continuously nosediving fiat currency for a tangible asset that has intrinsic value, right? Metals are always going to be worth something, and the dollar can't live up to that same claim. All fiat currencies in history have eventually failed. We know this. History shows it. And there's no reason to think the dollar won't follow suit. Now, is the sky falling and the dollar's getting ready to tank and start going crazy and panicking? We can't make that call because no one knows. I am just saying that it's unlikely to avoid the fate of all previous fiats before, regardless of when it happens. It could be years, could be decades, could be who knows. So here are some reasons stackers stack that the negative Nellies aren't taken into consideration. Number one, as a savings. Let's face it, some humans have a terrible time saving money. And that was me in the beginning. I just loved to buy whatever I wanted. And metals are a great way to have savings. It's really easy to whip out your cash or debit card and blow it on something that won't provide a return. But let's face it, it's a pain in the ass to sell metals, and that alone might discourage some from tapping into their stack. Number two, metals aren't a primary investment. I mean, advisors are going to tell you that metals shouldn't be the driving force in your portfolio and that it should only make up 10, 15%, whatever, overall. And that's a safe bet. Metals are more for diversifying and providing a different means of wealth preservation. Now, for some reason, the negative Nellies think we're dumping all of our disposable income into metals. We're just throwing it all in there without taking into consideration that portfolios need diversity. I mean, come on, guys, we get it. We know that putting all of our eggs in the precious metals basket isn't the wisest way to hedge on our retirement. Number three, hey, some are saving for their families for inheritance purposes. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you have a detailed action plan in place for after you've passed on. Last thing you want to do is leave a pile of precious metals to your family. The family that most likely has no clue what to do with them. You don't want them to end up in a pawn shop getting screwed over. Have a plan in place for your metals. And number four, lastly, a boost towards retirement. Some of us plan on selling every bit of this stuff when we retire or shortly thereafter. Maybe with a plan on buying real estate or something with value. And we can always pass that down as part of an inheritance. So, yeah, for the negative Nellies out there, we're not dumping all our money into silver and gold. We have a plan. We're diversifying, and that can't hurt. All right. There you have it, guys. So I hope I've presented some solid reasons why the haters are technically correct in their assumptions, but also why stackers know exactly what they're doing, and we have our reasons. Now, in the end, everyone's entitled to their opinions, of course, but they're also entitled to spend their money in any way they see fit, and that's the bottom line. Anyway, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. You know I love going through them, so make sure you sound off. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode. In the meantime, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to stack.
Damn right. Get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you on Thursday. I am out of here. Peace, folks.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Oh, yes. And what was that beginning, middle, and end part again?